Over 400,000 people who received the pandemic unemployment payment and the Temporary Wage Subsidy Scheme last year will find out today what they owe in tax arising from the supports. However, Revenue has moved to reassure people that any money they owed can be paid back over a 4-year period beginning next year.
Introduced last year as COVID restrictions impacted businesses, the Pandemic Unemployment Payment and Temporary Wage Subsidy Scheme were emergency measures to help those who had lost or were at risk of losing their jobs. But their rapid introduction meant the tax due on them was not deducted at source. Today, those who received either or both supports last year will get their preliminary end-of-year assessment from Revenue, which will tell them whether they have underpaid tax and if so, by how much. Of the nearly 800,000 people who received either or both payments, around half will owe money. The amounts vary, with 43% of those workers in receipt of the supports owing less than €500, just over a quarter owing between €500 and €1,000, and around a third owing more than that.
So the variance would be what your income was prior to COVID, so what income level you were on prior to COVID, how many weeks you were receiving the wage subsidy or the PUP, and what your income was afterwards. So if you returned to the same salary, or say for example if you were on the wage subsidy and your employer was in a position where they could top up your salary slightly for you, that would increase the likelihood of the liability for you, and it'll increase unfortunately the amount of the liability.
Revenue, though, says any tax liabilities arising from underpayments will not be collected this year, although people will have the option of making a single lump sum payment if they wish.
We've already said that we will be collecting any balances over 4 years interest-free starting a year from now, starting in January 2022, by reducing a person's tax credits.
But while thousands did underpay, nearly 300,000 more who received either or both supports will be owed money back from Revenue because they overpaid tax. Those facing a tax liability are being encouraged to recheck they claimed the right tax credits last year to see if they can reduce what they owe further. They can check by logging on to Revenue's online service. Will Goodbody, RTE News.